All right. So for today's 5-on-5, we're going to use a piece of equipment that is found everywhere in your home, or at least I hope so, and that is a wall. That is going to be our source of support and assistance for these exercises we're going to do. So what we're going to do is, I'm sure you've probably already thought of the most commonly known wall exercise, the wall sit, but we're going to add a little variation onto it to make it a little more exciting. Then we have a hip hinge assist. We have some wall angels for the upper body, the shoulders, a little bit of stretch, which is also a good core activation exercise. Then we're going to have a single leg squat assisted, as well as an assisted single leg heel raise. So let's get to it. Starting with our wall sit. Now when we do a wall sit, we want to make sure that our feet are hip width apart. We drop down so that our hips are level with our knees. And we're all the way back against the wall. Now, what the variation we're going to add, we're going to have our hands out to the sides because they're going to kind of counter the movement we're going to do. And we're going to do some little step outs. Little step out to the side and to the other side. Trying to keep ourselves nice and steady and centered. Now, if that feels too much for you, if you think that's going to be too much, start with the wall sit and work your way up. Then for our hip hinge assist, very good exercise if you have low back pain, you struggle with squatting or deadlifting or hip hinging exercises. We're going to start by standing about 6 inches away from the wall. We're up tall. We want to make sure that we maintain alignment from the crown of our head through to our tailbone. So as we inhale, we start to press our hip creases back. We get a little tap on the wall. Right back up to standing. Hips go back. Press them right back forward. Making sure that our chest stays up and open as we do this. Our feet stay about hip width apart. Nice and flat on the floor. And I do recommend doing these without shoes or socks on. As you improve with this, as it gets a little bit easier and you start to understand and you're picking up on the hip flexion, you can step away and get a little bit further. It's also a really good warm-up exercise to do. Then we're going to move to our wall angels. So again, feet are about hip width apart. Nice and flat against the wall. I'm going to bring my elbows up to shoulder height. And then I'm going to just press my arms upward as best I can, maintaining contact. And as we're doing that, we don't want the ribs to pop up. We want to keep them down. So our core is going to engage, and the farther up you're able to reach, the more you're going to notice that engagement in your abdomen, but also in your back as those muscles stretch and activate in ways they probably don't get to when you're sitting most of the day. Now, let's do our single leg assisted squat. So we're coming to our side on the wall. In this case, my right side. My right hip, my right shoulder is right up against the wall. I'm going to keep my chest up and open. So sometimes we have a tendency to want to put our hands here. That's going to cause us to want to round and close. Don't do it. Keep it up and open. And we're going to start to glide our right foot back on the wall as we send that left hip back just a little bit. And then press down through that left foot to come back up. What has a tendency to happen when we do single leg stance exercises is we wing out and we compensate in that way. The wall doesn't allow us to do that, or we want to wing out to the other side. This keeps our pelvis steady and level the way it should be, so we can use the muscles of our glutes, our hips, our core properly to train this movement pattern in the way that's actually supposed to happen. So don't worry about going down far or deep. You'll probably notice more work if you don't. And then from there, we're going to take that and go right into our supported single leg heel raise. Again, up nice and tall. I'm just going to lift my heel up, lifting up tall, and gently glide back down. Lifting up, maintaining spinal alignment, and coming right back down. Taking with a breath. Inhaling nice and steady up. And exhaling nice and steady back down. Nice leg burn on this side. And those are our 5 exercises that you can do with the wall. We have our wall sit variation, our hip hinge assist, that's where we hinge the butt to the wall, our wall angels, our assisted single leg squat, and our assisted single leg heel raise. So when you go to do those, go for time, nice and steady, 30 seconds, 45 seconds, whatever amount of time is appropriate for you at your current level for each exercise, and then do 1 set, 2 set, maybe you want to do 3 sets. Go ahead and do that. And you can pepper them into your normal routine or as a quick movement break throughout the day, but either way, those are some good exercises you can do with a wall that you have everywhere in your house.